Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, my friends. Today we got a special one. You got Jace and Bronek on camera in Cambridge. I'm excited. We're here to see our friend Dave and Francis's latest shed that they've got off us. It's not often you get the pleasure of selling and building two sheds for a client, but we have got it. So we're pulled in like royalty into the shed. You designed this one, Bronek. Give me some specs. What are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at 108 square metres in all. So 10 metres by 9 metres, I think.
9 by 12?
9 by 12, sorry, 9 by 12, thank you. And we've got some beautiful two doors on here. One's got a motor, one hasn't. That's the specification from the clients, which is lovely. The doors are 2.4 or 2.5 metres high and about 3 metres wide, which is really cool. Nice and big. As you can clearly see, the ute fits in here quite nice and easily, so it's really, really cool.
That's it, it cruised in. We're going to be talking price, we're going to be asking Bronek how much, we're going to be talking about the floors have been beautifully painted, we're going to be thanking Digit for all the excellent concrete work here and outside, and we're going to be seeing Francis's garden shed that was also built by Paul and Stan. Exciting. So let's start with Paul and Stan have come and built this one. Kyron built the original shed for Dave and Francis. Did a great job there. Sean and I went to spend a romantic evening in the number 8 studio.
Yes.
Maybe at the bar. But inside here, immediately I look in there and I'm like, man, so excited. New Zealand steel, it's what we're all about. Designed with the Cyclone building system. So these guys have done a fantastic job. I come in, you want to check it out. Mark's immediately going to be like, what do the knee braces look like? They look fantastic, cut in, bolted in. Fly bracing, excellently done in there.
Hello.
Bronek, looking fantastic over there.
Yeah, I'm just hiding the...
That's it. He's hiding his great things. But as you can see, so this one's got double glazed joinery in there. We've got little breathers on the window, Fisher windows, city glass. They've done this for us here. Colour steel cladding is all of the cladding, all of that on the wall in there. We've probably got bayonet on the back. We've got the connect fastening. So I'm getting my shout outs in early. But I thought Dave said you could have a look inside. And I wanted to just point out he's got all of these great tools all stacked up on it is. But I just thought I'd show this. Still working, still going hard. The Makita saws in here. Some of the Hitachi is you never regret buying quality. My uncle, he was always the same. It's got Makita that's been lasting forever. And that's the same thing. When you're dealing with New Zealand steel, that's what we're looking for. These sheds designed for 50 plus years and they will last forever. All bolted together, strength by design. Now we're going at background. Digit Concrete, great guys. Liam and that, they came out there. And they've done a fantastic job. What are you thinking of the concrete, Bronek?
I think it's an amazing, amazing job. What I really like is when they've come up here and done the apron, which is always done after we build the shed, and they've kept it away from the vermin flashing. So many times I go and people that don't know what we do, they go over the top of the vermin flashing. There's several problems with that. Firstly, it can stuff your warranty because you've put acid on top of your colour steel. But secondly, it helps, you know, it's putting it away from it stops the wicking of the water going into your shed.
Absolutely. You're going to rust out the vermin. Do not concrete the vermin. Do not concrete your steel. Phenomenal work from Digit. They've done our slab and they've done all of this out here. They've also done, and hey, when you get to know our concreters, don't be afraid to talk to them, get them to come back. They've been smart. They've got them to do the slab for Francis's garden shed, but they've also done a cool little pathway out to the washing line. I like that. And then they've done a fantastic little raised garden bed situation over there. Now we're looking at it. Brian, I'm going to ask you an easy one. What are we dealing with? What sort of profile have we got on here?
We've got a T-rib.
T-rib.
Some people call it 5-rib or 6-rib.
We like calling it T-rib.
We love calling it T-rib.
Where is it from?
It's from Metalcraft.
That's it. I was going to say it was on my heart, but I wear Waikato Sheds on my heart and Metalcraft on the other side. So they've done a fantastic job. They've got this all sorted out in here. The full flashings around the window.
Yes. One thing I like is the fact that we fully flash our windows. Some people put half flashings on or just on the bottom, but we flash the windows all the way around, top, sides and bottom.
That's interesting. I was onboarding a new builder up in Auckland. We've been doing a lot of Auckland work, so we had to establish our crew. I talked to Kyron. He recommended me a guy, Jackson Treadway, been doing great work for us. And he's like, oh, when I position the windows, do I position it in the ribs? And I know, you put it in the best spot for the client on the plans because we provide full flashings. He's like, what? And I was like, yes, we want to make sure this shed is epic and done right with full flashings. So that is excellent. You got the Shannon flashing on this, which just means you got this little turn down lip there. Shannon's building a great big shed for us over in Tauranga.
Yes.
And Paul and Stan have named the flashing after us. Colour combo, what are we talking here, Bronek?
Well, this is a cracker against a nice white colour, so it's absolutely, I think it pops quite nicely. You know, you can do the shed all the same colour, but sometimes if you have contrast, it makes it just
I love the contrast.
Yeah.
I think it fits in really well. And this is cool. We've put in this video in the last one, and we'll be flashing up a bit of the build process when Mark was out here with Paul and Stan on site doing a bit of the mahi at Dave. But it's actually a new house, maybe 6-7 years old, but it looks like a colonial villa. Awesome, love it. Yeah. Bird brushes, obviously, on all of the roller doors. Keep those critters out of here. Just a great way that Dave's done it as well. Awesome stereo, was cranking it just before. No shaking, no rattling. Clear lights in there, no paper under the clear lights. So, what have we got in here? Check this out, everything organized. All the tools, everything in here. Got some classic saws in there.
Oh, look at the vise.
I thought it was just cool to show off a workshop of how organized it is if you actually build shelving and go up. So
yeah.
Taking advantage of that clear span and also that higher apex that we've got in there.
The other thing about that is that if you go up, that means that you've got more room to go out.
Yeah, so absolutely, Bronek.
One of the other things that we do, which I don't know if every other shed company does, all our girts and our purlins we do at 1.2 centres.
Minimum 1.2 centres. So sometimes you'll see them closer than 1.2, and that will be for wind or strength. We never have them spaced further apart, so you can always line it out. It's also just one of these things. We always want to make sure it's just better be a bit stronger, better invest a little bit more early on for the better product. Now, floor painting. Last video you were talking about the difference in price point between polished concrete versus carpet. Now we're looking at painting floors, Bronek.
Correct.
What sort of price points are we looking at for this?
Well, I'm not sure. You've got them in your hand.
Thank you, Francis. She gave me the answers to the test, beautifully written out. $409 for this Durapox, and that covers 8 litres, so it can be made up in other colours. But it's the hardener, the reducer, everything that you need for the super hard wearing paint. Now, $400 for 8 square meters. We're doing 108 square meters. Let's rush and see whose maths is going to do it.
No.
My old school way that I was taught to do addition, people are like tuning out at this point. It was 10 by 8, 80. So that's $4,000. Then I would add another 16. So that would be $4,800. So we're up to 96. We need another 12. So we'll give it another 800. So call it $5,500. And then you've done this. Just make sure you wear a mask. Dave was telling me he tried it without a mask. After 5 minutes, he's like, maybe I should think health and safety.
I'm also told that this paint, because Francis was saying that this paint is used by the America's Cup.
That's it.
Yeah,
on baits, sail ships, NASA, Resine, Durapox, on all the America's Cup boats, and on Dave's floor here in Cambridge. But what I'm going to do is I want to get out there, and so Paul and Stan, fantastic job. We love it. Great work from these guys once again. Great work for Digger.
Yes.
But let's go and see what they're allowed to do after a couple of beers in the sunshine on the deck. We start talking garden sheds. Let's see what these craftsmen can create. Shall we get out there, Bronek?
Let's go.
All right, we're here. We're at Francis's potting shed.
As it says on the door.
That's it. I believe her sister gave her that. So thank you to that. Do we want to start on the outside? So Paul and Stan, as discussed, over a few beers, could you boys create a garden shed? And Frances had a couple of things. She wanted an excellent potting shed. She wanted something that would fit in the rustic theme here
Yes.
of the rural Waikato, and she wanted to use all recycled materials outside of a little bit of flashings and the screws. Now, Paul is a man of many skills, as we know. Great musician, funerals, weddings, bar mitzvahs. Paul will play them all.
He's trying to he wants to play for my 60th.
That's it, eh?
Yeah. Still a number of years
60?
away.
I thought
Still a number of years
You've
away.
even hit your 50th, Bronek.
No, that's long gone.
All right, so Paul sourced some old school galv corrugated.
Out of his paddock.
It's still sourced it for it. So he's done that. You can actually see the slab that's gone on there as well.
Yes.
So they've flashed it round. If you come around the other side, that window actually matches the internal window that was between the bathroom at the old studio in Whangamata. Beautiful potted colour, lovely. Bronek, watch your head, identify hazards on site.
Yeah. Watch out for this one, Chase.
That's it, I'm not going to walk under that. I like it. You got the weatherboard look up here into a flashing, excellent detail, another little flashing. Even on a shed like this, the boys couldn't resist it and they gave a full flashing detail.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's
So,
fantastic.
They have done a great job here. Looks great.
Let's go
Francis
inside.
particularly said, don't paint it. Leave it rustic, leave it looking old school.
It does.
All right, let's have a head on inside. I'm going to watch my head as I
Watch your head,
cruise through.
Jace.
But I actually appreciate that this is designed for somebody of my height. So it's pleasant to be able to walk around in here. Thank you, guys. We step inside and once again, the Digit team have done a fantastic job.
They have.
Coloured concrete slab here. And this is all just a mixture of different aged recycled timber in here. Strength by design, apex bracing in the roof. What are you thinking, Bronek?
I love the fact that we've had our shed builders in, and what you commented on before, is they've built this shed in timber the way we would build a steel shed. It's pretty cool.
That's it. They've built it strong, they've built it to last, and they've done a really great job. So I think it's very cool what's going on in here. Just a great spot to be able to pot away garden. Dave's going to be busy rocking out doing his work. Francis can have a bit of quiet time
out here.
Enjoy it. So bless Francis, and you can already see some of these cool little potted colours that's in there. So I'm really impressed. I like it. Little hold down brackets in there.
Hold down brackets.
Bolted into the floor. That's it. Paul and Stan aren't going to muck around. If you're going to have those guys on site, you know they're going to do it right.
It may look rustic from the outside. From the inside, you can clearly see it's been built properly, which is really cool. You can grab this, shake it, and it wouldn't move.
Great sheds, done right. Now, we teased it before. Let's go find out and jump back into the other shed and see how much that cost.
Okay.
Bonnet? All right, Bonnet, we promised it. How much did this beautiful shed cost?
Well, including GST, from the groundworks up, it was $98,000, which works out to be roughly $900 a square metre for the shed.
That is good. And now, just walk me back. So that includes the groundwork. So you organised Digit to do all the scrape back.
Yes.
So that site works included.
Site works, concrete,
All the planning.
all the planning, all the engineering, building the shed, getting all the double glazing in here. Typically on a shed we do single glaze, but we've done double glaze on these one, which is really cool.
And so what's going to be the big cost drivers? Because I know that we can see sheds anywhere from sort of $600 a square metre. This one we're talking 900 a square metre, and we can go up further than that.
Yes.
But what sort of makes the difference when you're talking to people with the pricing in the sheds? Like, what would be the big one on this one?
The big one on this one, I would say, would be a little bit of the height of the shed, because it's reasonably high. The double glazing, and we've got a lot of joinery. Joinery units are not cheap. We're talking $1,500 a window, $3,000 a sliding door, to give you an example.
So obviously there's an investment into the joinery, and you get what you pay for. New Zealand made, thank you Fishers, thank you City Glass, and it is phenomenal. This is exactly what you could get in a house as well. But what other up specs have you done on this one, Bronek?
I've done the big gutters. I've got 175mm gutters. The reason why we do the big gutters is it literally makes it self-cleaning. So less chance of leaves being stuck in there. When you have a big bit of rain, it all flushes out, which is lovely too.
That's full flashings on it, motors on the roller doors.
Yes.
And that, how do you cost a shed? So if someone comes in and they talk to you and they want to know a shed, how do you come up with a cost?
Well, I grab my dart and no. What we do is we sit down, we have a chat to them, we decide what they're going to do. We don't talk, sometimes we talk about the size of the shed, but we'd rather want to talk about how you're going to use your shed, what you're going to put in there. Is it going to be for parking cars? Is it going to be for parking buses? Is it going to be a workshop? Are you going to put a hoist in it? Or are you going to put a gym in there? That could be a whole lot of different things.
But I also remember Dave and Francis came in, they actually sat down because the first shed I designed and sold, Bronek did the next one.
Yes.
And they said, hey, the budget from memory was like 80K. We want to do this for 80K. I said, cool, we will come up with the best option we can for you.
That's true.
Then we agreed on that, and then they came back to us and said, hey, let's add a couple, let's add the windows, let's make it a little bit bigger. But we also encourage that, is to be honest, is we work out exactly what everything costs. We put the same margin on any project, whether it's a double garage, whether it's a water treatment plant, it's just easier. And then that is the price is the price. So we're happy to work in with the budget, and we can do what it is. We've done a lot of clients where we'll get the framing and you can put the windows in later. Is it going to be the size that you need? Is it going to be the height? So we're always able to do that. Do you need us to manage everything, or is it just a kit set? So all of these things we're happy to work in and try and make it happen. But I think you've done a fantastic job on this one, Bronek.
Thank you, Jason.
All right.
I'm very happy with it. The clients are too.
Clients are too. They've invited us inside for a beer, so my arm is twisted, I'm ready to get in there. But if you got any questions, let us know. If you think that's good value, let us know. Just drop us a comment. I'd love to answer that. I'd love to get involved with that one. But hey, I really appreciate everybody that watches along to the end. It's awesome. Get to know people and get to know what's going on. I appreciate our clients. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Paul and Stan, for building it. Thank you, Dig It, for all the earthworks and the concreting. Thank you to all the many men and women in all these factories all around New Zealand. All of these people dominated installing the doors. We love you all and we appreciate everything. So once again, we're grateful. Thank you. Thanks for the support and have a great day. And as you know, great sheds done right.